Hi, Zena, welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's time for my March reading wrap up. I have 10 books to talk about. 8 of those books are physical books. I also have 1 ebook and 1 audiobook. My range this month has been pretty good, and I'm proud of myself for reading a lot of different things. I don't want to get stuck into just one genre with books I'm obsessed with. Like, obviously I want to read books I'm obsessed with, but I like having some different thoughts to express on my channel. I need the armrests. So I have ratings ranging from 2 stars to 5 stars. I have books within the romance genre, I have some fantasies, I have thriller, I have a mystery. We have fun, exciting things, and I think these videos are so much more fun when I can talk about different things and we're not just stuck within the same thing. And I'm really trying to branch out and read different genres. I feel like last year I read mostly romance. I did read a bit of fantasy and mysteries as well. This year I've actually read mostly fantasy, more than I thought I would, and I'm loving it. I'm really in a fantasy mood lately, but I love romance, I love mysteries, I love a thriller. I'm not a thriller girly, I'm more of like the mystery side of that little thing, but I've been enjoying some thrillers and I'm in the mood for thrillers. That wasn't a word. Anyway, so we're gonna move on and we're just gonna get through each of the books I read in March. Actually, we're gonna check something first. I have something to say. Goodreads updated. I have complained about this, I'm pretty sure. Goodreads updated for the first time forever, and they took away the on your reading goal, it said like you're 5 books behind, you're 5 books ahead. They took it away. I got angry, I complained, and I did in fact tell them that. I did send a little review, is that what it's called? I gave them feedback that I was missing it, like why are you taking away the most important thing, and it's back. Just want everyone to know that, I did complain and it's back. So right now, it's telling me, great pace, you're 9 books ahead of schedule. So, proud of myself and thank you Goodreads for listening to me. I've read 30 out of 80 books so far. Technically my reading goal is 90. I put 80 on Goodreads and then I accidentally wrote 90 into my reading journal. So I guess my goal is 90 now. And I'm feeling pretty good about it. Let's talk about the 10 books that I read in March. So, we actually started the month off with an audiobook. I listened to The Tales of Beetle the Bard. I'm gonna try to remember to put a picture up. If I don't, ignore it. The Tales of Beetle the Bard is the last book in the Hogwarts library, which is basically 3 books that exist within the Wizarding World. Like in the Harry Potter movies, this is the books that they have. If you remember, was it in Deathly Hallows, I'm pretty sure, where Hermione got the book from Dumbledore? She got the Tales of Beetle the Bard and they used that to solve the whole Horcrux thingy. I read that, well I listened to it, and wasn't a fan. I gave that one 2 stars, I didn't enjoy it. I read the first 2 books in the Hogwarts library, The Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them, and I really enjoyed that one. I think it was fun. Obviously that wasn't a book in that sense, well it's a book, but it's not like a novel. It's just an overview of all the creatures, the Fantastic Beasts. I really enjoyed that one, and for the Quidditch Through the Ages, I listened to the audiobook of that and I had a good time with it. The Tales of Beetle the Bard, I was bored. I didn't really care for any of the stories and I just didn't enjoy it. I don't really have much to say, I just feel like it was a little unnecessary. The Harry Potter fan in me enjoys seeing that because it's something that the characters I love have read, and I think it's fun to get into that world and get something that they have. The actual stories was not that interesting. I did like that they were narrated by different actors, like Jason Isaacs, Jude Law, what's her name? The one who played Luna. She read one of them, I don't remember her name. But like, I like that, but I didn't enjoy it, it was boring. So we're gonna move on. The first physical book I read was Killer Instinct by Jennifer Lynn Barnes. This is the 2nd book in the Natural series. I'm not going to tell you the actual plot of this book, but the series follows a group of teenagers who gets recruited to the FBI because they have these special abilities, these natural abilities. They're just natural skills that they are very, very good at, and they are recruited to solve cold cases, but then quickly gets dragged into some more serious things. And I feel like it gets more serious with every book. I love this series. I rated this one 4.75 stars. I'm currently reading book 3, so I will be talking about that in my April wrap-up. But this one, I gave it 4.75 stars. I don't have a lot of complaints about this one. The only thing I can really complain about is that I hate Leah so much that it's taking away from my reading experience. I hated her in the first book, I hate her in this book. I cannot stand her, I don't like her. But the actual book, really fun. I think the writing of this series is really great. Like, I love Jennifer Lynn Barnes in The Inheritance Games. That was the first series I read by her, and I love that. I think the writing in this one is even better. I think this one is older, actually. But it's so easy to read. It's so fast-paced. It's quick to get through without rushing, which I can really appreciate. This is very gripping. Like, the first page, literally the first line. I'm gonna read it to you. I read it out loud in my readathon as well, but the first line: the majority of children who are kidnapped and killed are dead within 3 hours of the abduction. Like, that makes me want to continue. And it's like, she just really knows how to keep a reader invested. And I'm so invested in not only the storytelling, but the characters. Most of them. Again, I hate Leah. All of the other ones, love. I think it's so interesting to see them interact with each other and just how the cases affect them and how they deal with things. I really enjoy it. If you haven't picked it up, I really think you should. This is a perfect mystery. Well, it's more of a thriller. It's a YA thriller. It's just so good. And if you're in a slump, perfect. Perfect. Anyways, always. Yeah, I'm gonna move on. But that's... If you take one thing away from this video, read this series. The next book I read, well, the next 2 books I read are part of a series. I did start a new series. Sorry, am I in the middle of like 30 plus series? Yes. Did I start another one? Also, yes. But I picked up Caraval and Legendary by Stephanie Garber. I gave Caraval 3 stars and Legendary 3.5 stars. I don't know how to explain this, but every year there's this game, Caraval, where people have to compete. I don't know how to explain it without giving spoilers. They're trying to win a wish from Legend, and all they have to do is solve Caraval. I don't know how to explain it. Like, I can't really give you much about the story, but like, it's fun. I didn't love it. I don't know how to say, because I feel like it was a little boring. Sometimes I had to push myself through it, but I still recommend it. And I feel like that's like conflicting things here. I didn't love it, but I want you to read it. I'm really glad I read it. Like, I wanted to pick up the next book when I read the first one, and I still want to read the 3rd and final book. So it's doing something good. But I just think it was so slow. And in this one, I didn't love a lot of the characters. Characters in this that I didn't like that much, I liked more in this one. Because they follow the same characters, but not really. Like, the main character of this is not the main character of this, but she's still in it. And I think it was fun to see their reasonings for doing what they did and how they dealt with different things. I think the world of Caraval is really interesting. I just think it was a little too slow for me, and I wish we could get through it a little faster. And I don't know how to explain it, but I didn't love it, but I do recommend it. Kind of. Maybe. I'm glad I read it. Like, I'm really glad I read it, and I'm excited to get into the last book. There's this character in here that I really love, and I'm really excited to see the rest of his story. So I'm hoping to get more of that in the last book, and then this series also leads into Once Upon a Broken Heart, and we do meet one of those characters in these books, so I'm excited to get to that series as well. This next one, I love it. My second 5-star read of the year. If you remember, in my February wrap-up, I told you Wild Love was my first and only 5-star read. I read Wild Lies, and it did not disappoint. This was also a 5-star read. Elsie Silver can do no wrong. Did I give Reckless 3 stars? Yes, I did. Did I like that book? Not really. Am I still trusting her with my life? Yes, I do. The Rose Hill series. Oh my god, am I obsessed. It's about single dads, which, please, give it to me. In this one, West is a single dad. He meets Skylar, a singer, who comes to Rose Hill to record with Ford, which is West's best friend, also the main character from the first book. And they start like hanging out. West is a really big fan of her, but they don't really discuss that. West just gives her an opportunity to be herself and to not worry about everything else, and I loved that. And the way Skylar was with West's children, it's so cute and so heartwarming. And I cried, of course, it's Elsie Silver, like what did you expect? The only complaint I have about this book is that whole like bear scene was a little stupid to me, because like, are you really that stupid? I understand that with her upbringing and the way she gets treated by her family and like her role in the world, it kind of makes sense, so I can appreciate that part of it. But I cannot grasp how. I don't know if I can say it, but I just like think, use your head. But I did like to see more of her background and why she is the way she is, because it does make sense, and I can accept the stupidity that I felt like it was in this situation, because the way she was raised in her life, it just makes sense for her life, which makes that situation so much better. The way West was dealing with everything that happened with her and how she is and who she is and all of that, so cute. And just her interaction with the little boy, especially, like the girl too, but like the little boy, the way he opened up to her and they were just friends and it was so adorable, and I love it. I love Chestnut Springs, but Rose Hill, that's my number one. I'm so excited to get into the 3rd book in the series, and then the 4th book is coming out this year. So excited. I love a small town romance. This next book that I'm going to talk about is a book I never thought I'd read. Really an author I never thought I'd read. I didn't think that it was really my thing, but I have changed my mind. Like, the reason I picked up this book, well, I'm going to tell you what it is first. I have The Institute by Stephen King. I didn't think that I would ever read a Stephen King book. I didn't think that was for me, but Ben Barnes is playing in the upcoming adaptation of this, and Ben Barnes is like one of my favorite people ever. So I had to read the book before that show comes out, and I'm so glad I did, because I had a really good time with this. I gave this book 4 stars. This book follows a group of kids who gets abducted from their homes and taken to this government facility, a secret government facility, where they're basically doing research on children with abilities. So all of the kids who gets taken to this place are either a telepath or have some kind of telekinesis thingy. And they're taken there against their will, obviously. Luke, our main boy, teams up with some of the other kids and tries to escape. In that process, he is running into Tim Jameson, played by Ben Barnes, who is... He's a police officer. He's not really. He's working for the sheriff's office, and they have to deal with this situation. I gave this book 4 stars. In the beginning, I felt like it was a lot of info dumping without really learning anything, and it felt a little useless, and I had to push myself a little bit, but then the more I got into it, the more invested I was. All of the chapters following Luke and the other children at the Institute, I really enjoyed. When we were more following like the adults at the Institute, I didn't care that much. How do I say this without spoiling? Like, there's not a lot I can say, Mrs. Sigsby outside of the institute was acting like a baby, and it really annoyed me because you're a grown woman. Think, use your brain. You can't expect them to just ignore. And I have a thing where annoying people really annoys me, and I get like really annoyed, and that can ruin my mood. And she did that, but I still had a really good time with it. I'm not completely satisfied with the ending. I wish it didn't end that way. I wish it was more, what can I say, like more consequences. Like things definitely did happen, but like the actual ending, didn't love. But I do want to read more of his books now, so that would probably make this successful. These editions that have like this same spine in different colors, I want all of them because they look gorgeous next to each other and I want them on my shelf. So I will be reading more Stephen King in the future. Never thought I'd say that. I thought he only wrote like horror, but this one wasn't horror. It's just a thriller, and I had a good time with it. So if you've never read Stephen King before, I would actually really recommend this. I think this is a good start. Obviously, I'm not some Stephen King fanatic, so I don't know much. But as a beginner Stephen King reader, I think this was a great place to start. I skipped a book. Sorry. Before I picked up Stephen King, I did read the ebook of The Killings at Badger's Drift. I actually started that a really long time ago, but I've just been reading it before bed every now and then. That is book 1 in the Inspector Barnaby mysteries by Caroline Graham. So I grew up watching Midsummer Murders, so now I've decided that I want to read the books. I gave that book 3 stars. Honestly, I'm a little disappointed because the show is just so cozy. Like if you think cozy mystery, Midsummer Murders is that. The book, maybe it's the writing I'm not a fan of, maybe it's the characters, maybe it's the plot. Didn't love it. I think it was a little boring. The writing wasn't great. The characters, unlikable. Troy, like he's an idiot. I know that in the show as well. He's an absolute idiot with some stupid, what can I say, ideologies. That's a little too dramatic, but like he's not the greatest person, but he's funny. And he's trying, you know? There's a little charm to him, even in his stupidity. In the book, insufferable. Completely different from the show. There's still some of the same character traits, but mainly he's just stupid and annoying. Like, one of my favorite things about the show, Midsummer Murders, is the relationship between Barnaby and Troy. In the book, no relationship at all. Like, I'm surprised they even know each other. And the actual mystery was a little boring in the beginning, but I did enjoy it. I think it's fun to see it written down since I have seen the episode a few times. But I don't think it's the greatest mystery of all time. But I'm glad I read it and I'm planning on continuing the series. I don't think they're that great. Probably the most famous book, at least on Book Talk, that I've read in March. A Court of Frost and Starlight by Sarah J. Maas, the 4th book in the ACOTAR series. Gave this one 3 stars. This is basically a little holiday novella. Didn't love it. Did not like it. I didn't like the last book either. Well, I did like it, I just didn't love it. And I don't think I'm obsessed with this series. This one, not much happened. I think it's fun to see it. Like, the way they're celebrating winter solstice together. And I like all of the, well, not all of them, but I like the character interactions. And we got a lot of that in here. And I think it was fun that we saw different people's perspectives. Not just Farah. I don't really have much to say because not a lot happened. It's basically them just living their life. And I didn't care too much. In the last book, well, I need to start from the beginning. I am a Nesta hater. Through and through. Hater. in the last book she started having a little bit of character development that made me like her a little bit more. Not like her, I mean, that made me tolerate her a little bit more. In this one, ruined it. Hate her again, hate her. I like Cassian and it was fun to see his perspective, but I can't say it, what I want to say, but I can't say it because I cannot spoil. But I'm not sure this series is for me. I really liked the first book, at least the first half of it. I know that's an unpopular opinion. Every time I see someone talk about this series, it's like push through the first book, and then second half of the first book so much better. I like the first half better. Second book in the series, I absolutely loved. Third book, it's a lot of talk, not a lot of anything else. And this one, kind of the same thing. Wasn't a fan. For my next read, I didn't really have very high expectations because I did not love book 1 in the series. I rated The Atlas 6 3 stars. I read that May last year, maybe? So I picked up The Atlas Paradox. I didn't remember a lot from the first book, but I think that was because it wasn't a lot of plot in the first book. It was a lot of characters, interactions, and them just living their life. Some things happened, and I remember the way the first book ended, and that made me want to read this book. I wasn't expecting much, like I said. I didn't really care about any of the characters, but this book surprised me. I rated this one 4.5 stars. Never thought I'd say that, but I really enjoyed this one. Definitely liked it a lot more than this first book. I don't know how to explain this plot at all. I posted a TikTok about it, trying to get people to explain it to me. No one responded, they just liked the video and moved on. But I genuinely have no clue, because this series, in book 1, 6 people gets recruited to this society to protect the archives and learn about magic, and they're doing something. In this one, they're doing research. After the events of the first book, they have things on their mind. Don't know what to say. It's very character heavy, not a lot of plot going on. There's more plot in this one, I think, than the first one, but I cannot tell you about it without spoiling the first one. But I don't know how to explain this series, and I'm really struggling with that because I want to tell you what it's about or what to expect, but I have no clue. I genuinely no idea. But I did really enjoy this. I think Nico and Tristan's story was the most interesting, but I think everyone was more tolerable in this book than in the first one, and the way it ended, kind of expected part of that. Camera turned off, but I kind of expected it, like I saw it in the writing and all of that, but I wasn't sure if Olivia Blake was actually going to go there, but I'm glad she did. And then the ending, like I kind of expected that to happen because you can't move on in the story unless something did happen. And I'm excited to get into the last book. I don't know when that's gonna happen because I don't feel like this is a series that I can read back to back. I'm hoping to not wait too long because I fear I might forget. But like after the first book, if someone asked me would you recommend it, I'd say no. After this one, I'd say yes, maybe, because I really enjoyed this one, and I'm hoping that I loved the last book as much as this one. So I'm really glad that I actually pushed through and picked this one up, because I have been putting it off for a really long time. I have one more book to talk about, another book that I've been putting off for a really long time. Nothing like the movies, the sequel to Better Than the Movies. I absolutely loved Better Than the Movies, and I was so excited for this release. But I never picked it up because I did hear some bad reviews. I'm trying to not let that stand in my way. But I didn't really want a sequel. Like I did because I wanted more of Liz and Wes. But I didn't because I didn't think the book needed a sequel. And in this one, Liz and Wes has broken up. They're in college and they're not speaking to each other anymore. And I didn't want to read about that. But I picked it up. I was just planning to just look through it. I was gonna read it, but I said in my video, I don't know if I'm ever posted that video. I don't know if it's ever going to be posted. I said I just look through it and then I'll start reading tomorrow. No. opened it, started reading, loved it. This was so much better than I expected. Like, I don't know why I'm surprised. Because I've loved every single Lynn Painter book I've read. I think I've read 5. This is the 6th one. And I've loved every single one of them. Her writing, so good, so quickly, that didn't make sense. It's so easy to get drawn into, and staying invested in it is just no brain power. I loved it. And I cried. And I was so heartbroken. And I loved it. And I love these characters. And I love her writing. And I just love everything about it. And I rated it 5 stars. What more can I say? I liked Liz a lot in this. There were times where Liz was annoying, and I didn't see exactly where she was coming from all the time, but I also did understand at certain things. I don't want to spoil. I'm finding it really hard to explain books or tell you my thoughts when my thoughts are connected to things that are happening in the book that I cannot tell you about. But there's one line in here, and I'm not gonna like quote it perfectly, but Liz was talking about how if she had read about this, well, or if she watched this on Netflix, she would have been like, oh my god, he did it because he loves you. But then this isn't Netflix, this is real life. And I'm like, you have a point. But I'm the one reading about this fictional thing and like, he did it because he loves you. But like, I understand her point of view, like, you know, this isn't fiction, it's real life. You need to earn the trust. But like, he had his reasons and she had her reasons. And I'm obsessed. That's all I have to say. So that was all the 10 books I read in March. As always, if you've read any of them, I would love to hear your thoughts. I'm very happy with my reads. And I'm so excited to put them back on my shelf now. April so far. It's going good. I'm excited about reading. I have some fun reading vlogs I really want to do. What I'm going to do, not sure. But I'm hoping that I'll make my plans happen. Yeah, that's all I have to say. If you enjoyed this video, please like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Peace out, lovers.